Hey, everybody, this is Gary Allen in Las Vegas. It is 4 o'clock on the nose Pacific, and we are getting ready to share some great information with you. There is my partner in crime, Miss Kayla Leiblich. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can. How you doing today?
I'm good.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So it's 4 o'clock straight up, and we are having a great webinar today. We're going to share some information that's going to be helpful for you all out in the field selling real estate. Guys, we're in the business to make money, and we're in the business to create a lifestyle that that we want to share with our family. And so Kayla and I are going to share some information on what we have found to be very successful, and share this information with you that you can actually put into practice so that you can start to close more deals, list more homes, make more money, and do it in a way that is low cost, it's fun, and it's effective. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. You may have been on this webinar before, but I always like to share a little bit about myself and then talk about some ways that I use this unique system, and then I'll turn it over to Miss Kayla, and she will talk about how she's crushing her market using the same system. So guys, my name's Gary Allen. I'm a realtor in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been a realtor for a little over 4 years, and I come from the insurance industry that is completely different than real estate. So when you become a realtor, you very quickly realize, hopefully, that 90% of our time and our effort goes into lead generation. Because really, after you do a couple of transactions, you realize that there's a fairly set format to getting a transaction through contract and into closing. If you're on the buyer side, of course, you order the inspection, and you go get the appraisal done, and you may negotiate based on the appraisal price, and then you go through the walkthrough, and it's the paperwork going back and forth, but it's fairly straightforward. The hard part about this business, I think, for a lot of realtors is that they struggle with lead generation. And Kayla and I have come across something that has been very effective for us and is making us a lot of money, and we want to share that with you. So how did I come across this? Well, about a year into being a realtor, I went to a conference, and I see a gentleman up on stage by the name of Jordan Adler. Jordan is very well known in networking circles. He's known, frankly, around the world. He's a well-known author of a couple books. One of them is called Beach Money, and he just released a new book called Better Than Beach Money, which is pretty amazing, and because I think beach money is pretty awesome. And he shared something that I did not know of in its fullness. I had heard of the company that he represented, a company called Send Out Cards. And I went that night on the computer, and I went on his website, and really I knew immediately that this is something that I needed to implement into my business, because we've heard this before, but the reality of it is that while we sell real estate, we're really in the people business. And the better we are at cultivating relationships, the more real estate we sell. So this little simple system of being able to create a card, a physical greeting card from your phone or your laptop, and be able to send that off to someone in a matter of a couple minutes and a couple dollars, and have that tangible card go through the postal service and land in someone's mailbox. It kind of bypasses, we have an 100% open rate, and it bypasses the head and goes to the heart, and it makes an impact. And you end up going, if you consistently use a system like this, of kind of going out here in the ether where all the other realtors are, and you end up going to top of mind, and then ultimately to top of heart. And top of heart is where the referral machine is at, because if your prospects and your clients love you, they go to work for you. And they start to refer business to you that you would have never have received if you didn't love and appreciate them by using this very simple system. So guys, I'm going to show you a couple things that I've done and how I use this. I think one of the best ways to use Send Out Cards is sending out a heartfelt card to someone and using it with social media, using it with Facebook, because people post their lives on Facebook and they post pictures of their newborn baby or a picture of their new puppy or maybe pictures of their vacation or their new car or maybe their pet, crossed over the rainbow bridge and passed away, and they're talking about how they miss their pet. People post their lives on Facebook, and if you use Facebook to take a picture off of the screen, off of Facebook, and put it on a greeting card and put a couple heartfelt statements on the inside and hit send, well, then what happens is that Send Out Cards that very evening prints that card, stuffs it, puts a stamp on it, and sends it out in the mail, and your clients, prospects, friends, loved ones, your network, your sphere of influence, get that card a couple days later. And it's really quite an amazing system. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and talk about a couple of cards that I have sent off that have gotten me referrals. And so let me go ahead and do that. Now I've just got to find it, so bear with me. Okay, so here's one. So I sold Becky and her husband a home that had a pool a couple years ago. They're a young couple, and they posted on Facebook a picture of their newborn baby. So I take this picture off of Facebook, and I put it on a card, and then I sent it to them with a little plush baby toy, a little Jingles the Blue Giraffe baby toy. And they called me a week later and said that's very thankful. They're very thoughtful. Thank you so much. And what ended up happening is that a couple weeks later, Becky was at her office party, and someone across the room was talking about buying a home, and she went up to him and mentioned my name, and then she called me and said, my coworker's looking to buy a home, and would you reach out to her? And I did. So these little things of appreciating your network in a very fast, low-cost, easy, thoughtful way, it just works. It works great. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of that one, and I'm going to go ahead and do another one real quick. And this one here is Leonard. He's my insurance agent, and he posted a picture of his 8-year-old boy holding up a baseball because his son had hit his first home run. And so I grabbed that picture again off of Facebook. I put it on a card and I sent it to him. And on the inside, I said, what a great picture. Here's to all the home runs to come. And lo and behold, a couple weeks later, I get a referral from Leonard. Guys, this thing is money. It works great because, again, we are in the people business. We are in the relationship building business. And when you start to send cards and gifts to people on a consistent basis, and that's the key word, is you have to do this consistently. If you do that, then they start to realize that you're connecting with them on a much deeper level than maybe a like or a comment on Facebook, because it's something that they're holding in their hands. They realize that you took a moment out of your day and you did something different. You separated yourself from all the other realtors that do the normal stuff, and you do something different, and it just works. Guys, this system has made me tens of thousands of dollars extra every year. I think last year it made me over $40,000 in additional commissions. So I use it in a bunch of different ways to love on my network, appreciate my clients. I think a lot of realtors are very forward thinking in terms of they're always looking for the next deal. But if they would just slow down and turn around and look behind them at all the business that is in their network, and if they would just work on loving and appreciating their network, lo and behold, it ends up paying them a great deal of money. So that's really, I think, the forte, the power of Send Out Cards is sending a heartfelt card to someone, using it with social media pictures. So every now and then I talk to a realtor and I'm showing them the system, and they'll say something like, I just really like to send out handwritten cards. I think it's very personalized. And I say, yeah, I agree with that. It is personal. But what's more personal? Taking a picture of something that's important to your recipient and putting it on a card, or your handwritten words? Frankly, I think the picture is a lot more powerful. Now, with send out cards, we also have the ability to send in a form that has our printed ABCs and 1, 2, 3. We can actually upload our handwriting to the send out card system, and then you can actually, off your phone or your laptop, you can actually send someone a card that actually has your handwriting, and then you push the little signature icon and you choose one of 4 ways that you want to sign the card, and plop, that lands on the card. And so we can do the same thing, but we have the ability to take it the next step and to be able to add pictures that makes it very personalized, very powerful. It's very connective. I will go into someone's home months after I've sent them a card, and my card is on under a magnet on their refrigerator, or they've framed it and put it on their wall, or it's on their credenza at the office. So I've never found a product that's as sticky, I guess is the way I like to say it. This sticks in people's minds, it sticks in people's hearts, and it ends up sending me a lot of referrals. So that's how I use it the majority of the time. Now, Kayla is, I'll go ahead and return my screen here. So Kayla started with send out cards back in October of last year, and she started on the 1st of November using this in a different way. She went and bought a book on my recommendation, and I would recommend that everyone get this book. It's on Amazon. It's by an author by the name of Jim McCord, and it's called A Revolution in Real Estate Sales. And Jim is a KW agent in Ohio and Kentucky, and he started using send out cards to go after FSBOs and expired. So he wrote this book because he started having such great success. Prior to using send out cards, he had never listed $1 million or $1 million plus home ever. And he's been a realtor for 20 some odd years. And when he started using send out cards, he'd go out and once a day take a picture of a FSBO or an expired, put it on a card, add a couple brownies, and send it off, and people would end up starting to call him, and he writes about $10 million, $1 million plus listings every year now. So I talked to Kayla about this, and she got the book and read it and followed it to a T, exactly how Jim lays it out in his book. And Kayla, you started this in November of last year, and you really hit the ground running, and you invested a lot of money in it. But tell us a little bit about how you use send out cards and the results that you've had by using it.
Okay, so I started using this November 1st, and Gary signed me up early or mid-October, and my goal was to have everything set up so that I could start prospecting with send out cards on November 1st. And that was exactly what I did. My goal was to do the true red light, green light thing, or green light, red light, because we have to start somewhere. And so I was going to give it 30 days and send out to every single expired and FSBO that hit my desk for 30 days straight and see what happens. And what I was sending was essentially a 4-card campaign, kind of like a drip email, but it's actually a campaign of cards, like physical, hold your hand cards, that they got 1 per week with my name, my face, and my information in it. And, it was just kind of something funny and something that they wanted to open. And so what I did was, and I'll show you guys can copy exactly what I did, but what I really did was I read the book that Gary recommended, which is this book, A Revolution in Real Estate Sales. I also posted the link the name of it in the chat so that you can write it down. Also, please feel free to ask any questions as they come up. We'll get to them when we get to a break, or if they're super relevant in that moment, just add them in the chat or in the Q&A. But so I started sending these campaigns out, and I really wasn't using it so much for the personal things, but I had a few personal cards that I wanted to send out in the meantime to current clients and people that just, meant a lot to me, and, people that I thought might actually have some business for me, but also I just wanted to do something nice. So I'm going to do a screen share and show you guys what some of this looks like. So this is one of the first cards that I sent out, and it was to these guys. They're clients of mine, and I had landed them as an expired when I was cold calling, and this is their card. It might take a second to load. I apologize if that's the case, but I basically Facebook stalked her page and pulled like some photos from prom and their wedding, and I ended up putting in just a quote from Shakespeare, nothing super heartfelt. I'm really bad at the emotional stuff, so for me, I just looked that up, and this is what the card looked like. Here's the back, if it'll load. And I also sent them a box of pretzels, and this was for the chocolate-covered pretzels. This was for their 46th wedding anniversary. What was so cool about this is that the next day after she got them, she called, well, it was like a week later that they got them, but the next day she called me and she was like so incredibly moved by it. That's not the right image, but Send Out Cards has some glitches right now. They're working on it. The back did not look like that. But anyways, they, where was I?
You were talking about sending off the card to them and what happened.
Oh, and sorry, yeah, of course I forget that part. She calls me crying, and I'm sitting here going, ah, shit, what did I do? Because I had their listing at that point, which was worth $650,000. And I was sitting here going, oh God, I ruined it. She's upset. What have I done? And instead she was crying tears of happiness because she was so grateful for the card that I had sent her. And to this day, they just moved into their new home in Arkansas, and they still have the card that I sent them. And right after I called them, or she called me while she was crying, like 2 days later, they decided to sell their townhouse as well. And they, of course, called me and said, oh, we want you to list our townhouse. What do we need to do? I said, I'll send over the paperwork. And they signed it. It was the easiest close you'll ever have. And that was, you know, when these guys left town after selling both of their houses, because we just closed on the last one April 20th, we all cried. It was really sad. They became like family to me. It doesn't just impact them, it impacts you. And it really builds those relationships on a true level. I wouldn't have been that attached if that was the case. And so, you know, other cards that I've sent them, I sent them my Christmas card, which if you can see my face, it's right there, but it's also this one right here. And of course I have a different back for that one. So that's just a little bit more of a personal back, but it still has my name and my face so that they can put the 2 and 2 together. I've sent out so many cool cards. Like they're on, that's a different person, but they're on thank yous and Valentine's Days and just reminders now that I'm their realtor, and if they have any questions, I'm always here. And just keeping them top of mind. I need to change those addresses, but that's okay. And so that was how I started using it for the personal stuff. And then I started using it for the prospecting stuff. And that's what a lot of you are here for tonight. And so I'm going to show you exactly where to find all of that information. I'm going to open this in a new tab because I was looking for something. So if you go to our Facebook group, which is the Real Estate Resource on Facebook, this is what it looks like. And you join our group, and you do have to be approved by me. You join our group. We've got like almost 600 members now, 500 members now. It's insane. But you go to photos, and if you go to photos, you go to albums, and it's going to show you my exact system. So here's the first card that I send out, and I do change the front card. I don't have my little for sale sign anymore. That's not a feature that Send Out Cards has anymore at this point. But I do change the front of their card so that they can see exactly what it's their house that I pull off the MLS. And I'll show you. I have it set up right now. I'll walk you guys through sending a campaign while we're on here because it'll take me less than 2 minutes. And then here's the interior of the card so you can see the exact text on the first card. They get this one the day that I find out that they're expired, I process them through my system. this is the first card that goes out. They'll get it 2 or 3 days later. This is the back. I've changed it a little bit since then, only because I changed my company name and logo and changed the layout a little bit. But that's my back. So that's what they see on each of these cards. Hang in there. This is the second card. They get this 5 days after they got the first card. And so, you know, on the inside, you can see here, Gary was talking about some of the, I think he was talking about the handwriting. So this is my actual handwriting. And if you can tell, it's pretty terrible if you're just free writing it. But as a font, it's pretty legible, which for me is super cool because I hate my handwriting, but this makes it so much more bearable. But anyways, I have a cute little solution for you. Dear Wesley, my name is Chelsea, or my name is Kayla. I'm a realtor here in Northern Colorado. And you can see the exact same text. Also, if you're going to use, down here we talk about Brave Homes. That's a program that I have for my firefighters, military, police officers, teachers, paramedics, etc. If you're going to use that, please change the name. That is actually my name. I own it. And I would really like to not have that happen again, but it's not a huge deal. Okay, so Eric is sending out, he's using the for sale sold sign. He's using a Photoshop to place the for sale sign on the house photo. So there is actually that's a really good way to do it. There is another program for those of us that don't have Photoshop called Canva. I'll show you where to find a tutorial on that because I did one of those as well. But anyways, walking through the rest of these cards, this is the third card, and you can see when, like, the sequence right up here. So it tells you, okay, this is the third card front, interior, and you can see exactly how I do that. And exactly what the verbiage is as well. You can copy it, just don't take Brave Homes. But yeah, so that's really where my FSBO and my expired systems are. So if you just go into, again, that's in photos and albums, you'll see the FSBO system and the expired system. And so you can use both of those. And you can just copy them. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you, they changed the entire system. Actually, here, I'll do this first. So my assistant must have unblocked me because my videos are back, which is hilarious. I had to let her go, and we didn't end on good terms, and previously I couldn't see these videos. These used to walk you through sending cards and keeping everything organized and processing through the entire system. I'm probably going to have to remove these because Send Out Cards just did a major update, $10 million update, and changed the entire system, so I'm going to have to redo that. The rest of these, so this one shows my systems. This one is about packages. Oh, that one's old and outdated. Don't listen to that. Open houses, Q&A. So I lead gen in 3 different ways. I do my sphere of influence, expireds, and open houses. And the right way that I really make an impact with all 3 of those is through Send Out Cards. So I'm using Send Out Cards in every facet of my business, and I think that that's what really makes the difference. This one is a Q&A around open houses as well. And then this one is the new Send Out Cards system, kind of walking you through it. And then this one is how to use Canva. And Canva is a free program that you can use for those of you who don't have Photoshop. So go watch that one if you want to learn how to use different little features and elements and really create your own card. So those are just some really good tutorials that we have. One other thing that I wanted to show you guys, this is a card that I sent, I think in December, maybe January. And this is a video that the husband posted and the wife posted on their Facebook pages. And it was just so cool to see. So you can see, here's the card. Super cute. They just had a baby. I sent it with a gift. I think it was like a little bear, stuffed bear. And on the back, bam, there's some marketing for you right there. Oh, that's Minnie's. And what is so cool, if I can go back to that, is, let's pause it, is some of the comments. And so, you know, he basically said, I was going to post a joke about that, I think we're being Facebook stalked by the greatest realtor ever and now a family friend. So it really does make the difference when you tap into people on such a personal level. So that's kind of what I've been doing. That's just another way. That was a past client that I'd sent that to. Yeah, let's talk about my results real quick, and then I'll walk you through my system. I'm gonna try to let's find the word ROI and see if that works. I posted my exact ROI, and I wanted to. Okay, it was right before that, I thought. Basically, all right, I'll give you a quick overview. I just don't have the exact numbers in front of me. I started doing this in November, and I started prospecting November 1st. And as of right now, my ROI is $67 for every single dollar spent. So I'm still spending, I've spent probably $7,000, I think is what it was, on send out cards at this point. And as a business, send out cards has made me, I think, $3,000 or $4,000. And in real estate, it's made me a crazy, I don't have the numbers in front of me, and that's going to bother me, but maybe it's in my open house thing. But anyways, it's insane how much, oh wait, no, it's right here in front of my face. Got it. Exact numbers right here. 5,000, this is as of March 31st, so a month ago. $5,000 spent on cards and gifts, $3,200 made from send out cards as its own business, working 2 hours a week, $4.5 million in clients signed, $120,000 in GCI closed, pending, and active. Total spent $1,800, total return $120,000, ROI $66.67 per dollar spent. Habam.
Crazy.
That is insane. Gary Keller tells us that a four, like you can count it on a hand, $4 for every $1 spent is a good return. That's like 50 times, not that many. That's like 30 times the 60. Yeah, it's insane.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And so I'm getting $66 basically per card sent. And what I'm planning on doing is changing that so that it's a little bit more, because there's a whole new system that they launched right after I submitted this. And so I'm going to show you right now how easy it is to send a campaign. And keep in mind, I've already gone through and found my expireds and whatnot for the day. And I send brownies to all listings that are over $1 million. So I'm going to do that right now just to show you what it looks like. So ask any questions that you have while we go through it. So I'm going to go to my campaigns. I go to my campaigns here. I open this campaign that I built in the new system and click send order. I have to do it this way right now because there's a glitch in the system that doesn't allow you to change it, but it's still super fast, so I'm not really complaining. It just still works. And so you go in and it shows you your cards and your series. You change the flattener that shows previews is very slow, so I'm not going to wait for that to load everything, even though it's going to apparently right now. But you click on that one, you click edit. I've already made this template. The one that we're sending, I'm going to upload the image, is 37, this one. So this is a $1.5 million listing. And right here it says sold. It's already in there. I've got my text. This is where I put my sold sign now. And then my back does not look like a square, and it is not squished. It's just a glitch. Don't worry about it. Click update. So here we go. And then we've got add gift. I'm going to send them a brownies, which they've added the search bar is super cool. I'm going to send them a 4-pack because they're a $1 million client. And why not? And then you scroll down, you click add recipients. They are on Soaring Eagle. So I'm just going to type in their address. And that's actually their neighbor. But it's these guys. Let me move this thing up here. And we click done, right? Oh, geez. Don't call me people. No, I can't handle it right now. Go away. Okay, so we've got the address. We've got a 4-pack of brownies. We've got 4 cards that they're going to get over the course of basically 20 days. And we're going to click ready to send. It's going to break it down for me. Most of you won't have to deal with points if you're on the new system. It's just dollars, but I have points left, so I'm trying to use those up. And then you click send. And so for 32, that's what, 10 bucks, 20 bucks. I just marketed myself 4 times to $1 million listing with a package, like an actual package that they're going to have to get and open. So it's literally that easy, and it's done. And then the next one, I just go right back into it and do the exact same thing. It takes me less than a minute. I processed quite a few of them. I think I processed 10 of them today in about 30 minutes once I figured out the whole system. And that includes finding everyone, checking that they're not back on the MLS, and scrubbing my list for listings that I didn't even want, like mobile homes and whatnot. We can't do those here in Colorado. But anyways, that's basically it. Gary, is there anything that I'm missing that I usually cover?
No, just the bullet points on this is that you create the campaign. That takes a few minutes to do that. Let's say an hour at the most. Then you put people into it and you forget about it, and the system is going to take care of that. Once you put someone into a campaign, you can forget about it, and the system takes over, and it automatically generates the cards over the time period that you establish. And all you have to do is, it still comes down to, you still got to do follow-up, because the fortune is in the follow-up. But
that's probably the other thing that I didn't talk about, Gary. I've stopped for the most part, but I do also cold call these people while I'm sending them cards. So what it looks like is my morning, I process sending them the cards, and then I go into my Vulcan 7 or my Mojo or whatever you're using to pull phone numbers, especially for expireds. FSBOs, just look on Zillow. You'll find them at the bottom of the page on Zillow. But expireds, I will go through and I'll start calling them until I contact them. But what is crazy about this system is I don't need to do that. I've kind of stopped doing it. I'm a little too busy right now to actually cold call, so I've just been doing the cards lately, and or I just started redoing them yesterday. But yeah, I have so much. I have 7 coming soon listings right now, and half of them are from send out cards. Half of the other half are from referrals from my sphere who get cards from me. And so it's definitely, it helps when you're getting started to do that cold calling or door knock them if you can't afford the system just yet. Pick 5, send them brownies, and then go door knock them a week later. I bet you anything they'll recognize your face from the back of your card. It is a phenomenal system. And it will get you listings.
Do you find, Kayla, that the energy is different when you give something of value before you ask of something of value? When we all know how to dial for dollars and call people up, and you do what every other realtor is doing when a expired hits the system, they get 10, 15 calls during that day, and they don't like it really. Do you find that the whole dynamic, the whole energy is different?
Yep. So I'll still call them the first day because I'm not going to let them slip through my fingers if they are answering their phone. But when it does take me a few days to get a hold of them, if they've already received a card, the process is so different. They go, "Oh, you're the one who sent us a card." Or, "Oh, those brownies were delicious. Thank you so much." It suddenly becomes, well, I can't say no to baked goods. I can't say no to someone who is so ambitious. Please come, when can you come over? I've actually had people, I posted it on the resource page. I had someone in March call me, and they had received my brownies and my cards in November. So we're talking 4 months where I could totally be lost. top of mind, I could be like sewer rat at that point because I haven't talked to them in essentially 4 months. And technically I had never talked to them. I'd only sent them cards. Well, what happened is they actually called me and said, hey, our circumstances have changed. We're not looking to rehire our last realtor. When can you come over and show us what you do? And I was sitting there going, okay, how did you guys find out about me? Oh, well, we still have your cards. Those brownies tasted great. We just really liked your marketing. When can you come over? That is such a different phone call to take than an hour of cold calling. And that was a $650,000 listing. And then let me compound this. So I got a $650,000 listing that I didn't have to fight for. They asked me if I would list it for them. And then I got to hold the open houses for them on opening weekend. And I turned that into 10. I mean, there were like 30 people who walked through, but 10 people added to my database who are looking to buy, sell, or invest in the next year. All of them at an average price point of $700,000. So that listing that I got from Send Out Cards is now worth $7.7 million. Can you even, for me, trying to comprehend that is just, it blows my mind. And so, of course, what did I do after the open house? Once I got all their information, I looked them up in public records, pulled their address, and sent them all cards with brownies as a thank you for attending my open house. Got top of mind, sent them the address so they can look at it again. And, I have appointments with 5 of them. 5 out of 10. Caden, I know you're excited, but let's not play with that right now. Thanks, buddy. His lamb chop. But yeah, it was just, no, I said no. Sorry. But yeah, it blows my mind that that's $7.7 million worth of potential business from one card. And I didn't have to cold call for it. They called me. Caden.
So Jim's book, it's called A Revolution in Real Estate. And I can't think of a truer title to a book because frankly, Send Out Cards, if you use it consistently, will revolutionize your business, just like it's done for me and Kayla. And we're not the only ones. I have signed up realtors across the country that are using this. A realtor here that I bought had a client, she used to be in new home sales, and I met her when I brought a prospect to her that ended up buying a home. She signed up a couple months ago. She called me here in the last week and said, Gary, I have fallen in love with Send Out Cards because I just got $20,000 worth of deals. I got sold. I listed their home, and they're going to be buying a home from me. $20,000. She goes, I'm paid up on Send Out Cards for like the next 15 years.
Yeah.
So really, it is a revolution. If you use this in the way that it's meant to be used, by putting pictures on it, by personalizing it, by loving on your network, this will revolutionize your business. And my good friend Brian Perez, who is back in South Carolina, fairly new realtor, he's in his second year. He uses Send Out Cards to go after expireds, and in the last month, he has listed a $915,000 property and an $825,000 property. Guys, this system, it just works. So, Kayla, did I lose you? I don't see you anymore. I think I did. Interesting. Oh, there you are.
Sorry, I accidentally turned off my computer.
Well, thank God you know how to use Send Out Cards because it's not that technical. So, hey, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and talk a little bit about the programs that are available with Send Out Cards, and then we can answer any questions. So we went through, as Kayla had mentioned, we have gone through a major revamping of the system. Send Out Cards has put about $10 million into changing not only their card editor, but their contact manager, their search engine. It's completely changed, and I love it. Now, there have been a few issues here in the transition. About 3 weeks ago, it was a mess, and it gets better every day. But it's probably, the system is probably operated at 90%. There's still a few glitches here and there, but it's totally workable. And guys, there's four basic plans, or four types of plans that you can use. And I signed up for the enterprise plan, which I'll talk about last and why I did that. But let's go over the basic plan. So you can have a basic send out cards account. And that basically means, now you can, by the way, go to Kayla or my's website, and I'm going to post it here real quick. So you can go to my site, which is sendoutcards.com/go mobile. So if I invited you to this webinar, you want to go to my website and open up an account. It doesn't cost anything to open up an account and send a card to someone for free. You'll see how easy it is to use, how fun it is to use. If Kayla invited you to this webinar, then you want to go to her send out cards site, which is sendoutcards.com/216581. And send a card to someone, because when you do that, it kind of goes from up here in your head to your heart. And the light bulb goes off. It's like, I get it. This is so cool. So anyway, take advantage of that by going on the website, send in a card to someone, see how easy it is to use, how fun it is to use, and then start using this. And guys, you're going to start to see responses from your network very quickly. People are going to text you, they're going to call you, they're going to email you, they're going to post on Facebook about the cool card that you sent them. And if you start to use this consistently, lo and behold, it's going to start making you money. So you can have just a basic account. And this is like a pay-as-you-go account. You create a card, you pay for it. You create a card, you pay for it. Now, you will pay a higher fee per card going this way. And if you're serious about using the system, I wouldn't recommend staying on this. But I show this plan to a lot of people. This is good for grandma to send off a couple cards a month. And basically, it's a free account. And then if you send a standard card, it's $2.75. If you add a picture to it, like a photo drop card, or you build your own card, it costs an extra $1. So even that, guys, is a great price, because if you get in your car and you go down to Hallmark, you're going to spend not only a half hour or more of your time, but you're going to spend $5 to $7 for a card that somebody else created with somebody else's words that you cannot add pictures to. And so being able to send a personalized card for a couple bucks, even on the basic account is it's a great bargain. So that's the basic account. The next step up is the enhanced plan, the $17 a month. I explain it this way. That's kind of like an entry fee. You're going to pay that every month, and that allows you to have a lower price card, and it gives you a 15% discount on gifts. You do get the unlimited relationship manager. That's a contact manager. It gives you more storage. It gives you the ability to have campaigns and such. But these next two plans, I think, are freaking amazing. The premium plan is $97 a month. Now, guys, look at this here. Unlimited single cards sends, including stamps. So, guys, I have sent off in the last month about 600 cards. I never used to do that when I was on the old system. I used to send 2 or 3 a day. Now I'm sending 10 to 20 a day. And it's starting to come back. So being able to, if you can imagine, sending a card to everyone in your network, not only the people that you talk to regularly, but getting addresses from your Facebook friends. I don't care if they're in your town or not. Just start sending love and appreciation out. It's going to come back to you, not one time or 10 times over. It's going to come back 100-fold. If you're in a fairly decent sized city like Las Vegas, I may send a card to someone that's in Arizona or Florida or Georgia. They know people here in this town. And guess what? It's going to come back to you. So having the premium plan, $97 a month, there is tax on top of that. So it might be $110, $112 a month. Gives you the ability to send off unlimited cards. Now, caveat, the unlimited single card is you create a card and you send it immediately to one person. That is a free card. You can do that over and over and over and over. So I recommend, taking time blocking your day and spending a half hour in the morning and a half hour in the evening and just send out love and appreciation to people. Do it without any expectation of return. Just love and appreciate your network. Trust me, it's going to come back to you many, many times over. So there's also, you can send off a campaign. Now, if you send off a campaign, then that's outside of the single of the free cards, and that's going to cost you $1.75 plus the 50-cent stamp. So it's $2.25 to send off a card like Kayla does with in a program where you put it into the system and you forget about it, and they're going to get cards over a period of time. That's a campaign, and that's going to cost you $2.25 a card, which is still, frankly, a killer deal. Now, just a quick notion on campaigns. You can send one card to many people, kind of like let's say a party invitation, or you want to market your FSBO or your listing to people around the neighborhood. I did that with one of my listings, and I got a almost $20,000 commission from someone that I met by marketing my listing to 100 neighbors. So it's really a great way to be able to get the word out to a lot of people. One card going to many people. Or you can use a campaign like Kayla has been using it to send many cards to one person, like you're dripping on them. So your contact, the person that you know that's in your network gets a birthday card. They get an anniversary card. They get a holiday card. They get a spring is here card. However you want to set it up, those cards are going to cost $2.25 each, including the stamp. You do get a 30% discount on the gifts, and all types of cards are included. Guys, this is the plan that I signed up for. As soon as I saw it, I signed up for it. It's called the Enterprise Plan. It's $147 a month plus tax, so it's like $170 a month. Okay, yeah. So, but it gives you unlimited single card sends. So like I said, I sent out like 580 to 600 cards in the last 30 days. And that includes a week where the system wasn't working very well. So I've actually done it really in the last 2.5, 3 weeks. You also get the standard card that goes out outside of the single card. So your campaigns, things like that, it's going to cost $2.25, including the stamp. This system also gives you 100 cards for group sends every month. So if you want to, let's say, send 100 cards to your farm, you can use this program to do that. Now, when you do the group sends, you will pay postage, so it's going to cost you 50 cents per card to send that out. But being there for $160, $170, being able to send out unlimited cards, get a 30% discount on your gifts, get 100 free cards in a group send, like a campaign type of a send. It's just crazy. You also get a loyalty reward program, which is basically 10 cards per month that roll over for 12 months. So it kind of, if you're using this plan, you get a bonus, so to speak. So now what you can do with any of these plans is that you can add some add-on features. You can send in a request. You can fill out the form where you create your handwriting and your signatures. And you can get campaigns that are ready-made. So for realtors, we've got a 5-card touch. I think it's $125. The cards are already made for you. You want to tweak them a little bit, put your picture on them, and they have a birthday card, a holiday card, an anniversary card, a spring is here card. And so we have campaigns that are set up for, I think currently it's like 15 or 20 different types of industries. So whether you're an accountant or a hairstylist or a realtor or an insurance agent, we have campaigns that are set up and ready to go that are low cost, and you can tweak them a little bit and they're ready to go. So the last thing I want to mention, and Kayla alluded to it briefly, is that this is a business in and of itself. When I saw this system, I knew as a realtor that I loved it, and if I loved it, I knew other realtors would love it. So I became a referral partner with Send Out Cards. And, this pays me, well, I don't know, he bought a new car for me, and I don't have to worry about the payment. Every month I make more than I did the last month. And so this may be of interest to you, it may not. But if you're in an office with realtors and you can share this with realtors and add value to their lives, and lo and behold, it pays you a 20% commission, that's pretty cool. So Kayla said that she spent, since the end of March, from November to the end of March, she spent about $5,000 in using the Send Out Cards program, about $1,000 a month. However, Kayla's a referral partner, and she shared this with other people, and she's made about $3,200 in commissions from Send Out Cards. So she has, in essence, subsidized her marketing, and her costs are been since from November to the end of March have been about $1,800. That has brought her in $120,000, $140,000 in commissions, in real estate commissions. So that's just a way that you can use this to be a referral partner. So somewhere down here, I guess it doesn't have it. You can be a referral partner. I don't know the new system as well as I probably should, guys. So somewhere on here, it talks about being a referral partner. And for $59 a year, you can Send Out Cards into an income stream. Now, I've got to tell you, the guy that I saw up on stage 3.5 years ago has been with Send Out Cards for 14 years. He's signed up about 450 people, 2 or 3 people a month as referral partners. That's grown to 150,000 referral partners in 6 countries. He has about 500,000 clients. He gets paid on every single one of them. And he makes more in a month than Kayla and I make in a year. So this kind of business doesn't happen overnight. It is kind of like the old proverbial snowball. It starts off very small, and then you can stop it at any time. But at a certain point, it takes on a life of its own, and you couldn't stop that huge snowball that's the size of a house if you wanted to. So again, entirely up to you whether you want to be a referral partner or not. You can use this to blow up your real estate business. But if you like residual income like I do, if you like beach money, then you can go ahead and be a referral partner. And Kayla and I will help you to build your business so that you can start to make extra income. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the share. And Kayla, do you have anything that you want to add?
I'm scrolling down to the referral partner. It should be at the bottom of this page. I just took over Gary's screen because I'm
you monster.
silly. But it should be, it's usually like right here. But I think since Gary's already a partner, he can't add it, but it is usually like right here. Anyways, yeah, there's not much that I can think of.
The essential pack here, the essential pack is $99. That does give you your handwriting, signature, and the first impressions card, which is a thicker card stock, a little bit more upscale. It's got a nice satin white or satin black finish. You can buy the handwriting and signature font separately, but if you buy them together, it saves you a lot of money. And then you can also view the campaign store and choose campaigns that are pretty much ready to go. Go ahead, Gail.
Yeah, I was going to say, does anyone have any questions on the system or any of the things that we do to use this to lead generate or live on our sphere? I mean, the only thing that I would really hammer home is the consistency. Doesn't matter what type of lead generation you're doing, as long as you're doing it consistently and you don't give up. I would give it at least 30 days working it every single day before you decide to quit on Send Out Cards. And give it everything, because you might miss, if you're picking and choosing between everyone, you might miss the one thing that you're looking, the one person that you're looking for. And that's exactly what I did. Was I started with everyone, and I'm still sending to everyone because $120,000 worth of commission was beyond worth it. And yeah, it's just such a phenomenal program. And once you get used to it, there are a couple of little quirks with it, but there are with any program. So you just have to learn it and ask us questions. And, you know, we're here to help you build your businesses if you decide to become a referral partner with us. That's what we're here for. Gary has helped me. He's my mentor in the whole process. And we have some great people helping out with everything. And so that's, yeah, it's just a phenomenal product. It basically sells itself. And, I mean, it sells you as a real estate agent, really. Like, you don't have to do anything. I can't reiterate enough how nice it is to not have to cold call, because I have so much business going on. and so many people still calling me, and so many people that I still have to follow up with because we had an appointment, but it just wasn't the right time. It's
guys,
just amazing
how easy it is to share this. Going back to being a referral partner, I pull up the app on my phone, and I'm at my office, and I'll talk to a realtor, and I'll say, hey, can I show you something cool? And they always say yes. And I hit the photo cards, and I create a photo card, take a picture, a selfie of us. I send them a card with a couple brownies and ask if I can follow up with them a week later. Now, obviously, I don't sign up everyone that I show this to, but if I show this to 10 realtors, I'll sign up probably 2 or 3 as clients and maybe 1 as a referral partner. And it's not so much the power in who I know, it's who do they know. So, gosh, Kayla, when you signed up in October, you started sharing this with realtors that you know, and you've got, I think, 15 or 20 referral partners on your team. You probably got 50 clients underneath you. You're getting a check every week, I would imagine. And, it's just a very cool system. So that's enough about being a referral partner. So now we're coming up on an hour. Does anyone have any final questions on send out cards, the system, how we use it, being a referral partner? Now is your time. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Or just post it on the Facebook group because that's what we're there for.
I saw something here. Go ahead.
Is there a way to delete the old photos? In the new system, I don't know. I have never deleted the photos. I just kind of keep going. I don't have time for that organization BS. But
yeah, there is a way. Eric says, is there a way to delete the old photos? So in the new system, in the upper left of each photo, there's a little X, but that's a low priority bug that they haven't worked out. I know that there are some people that are on this webinar that have access to the old system. Eric, I know that you have access to the old system. So if you go to main menu on the old system and go cursor down and to the left to photo manager, you click on that, and then you can click on select, choose the pictures that you want, hit delete, and they're gone. So that's, Eric, how you can delete the old photos. And send me a text or give me a call, and I'll guide you through that personally if you want to.
Yep. Any other questions? Last
You're welcome.
chance.
All right.
Well, thanks guys for attending, and you know where to reach us. Both Gary and I are on the Facebook page, and if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us, or go sign up and send a few free cards. Play with it, see what you can do. Diana, you're very welcome, and yeah, keep in touch, guys. We're here to help.
Thanks, Kayla. Thanks so much. As always, you're a rock star. I appreciate your input. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. I hope you got some good information. I trust that you have. Guys, just go send a free card, get signed up, choose the plan that is good for you, and just start using this system. There's no contract, okay? There's nothing that you're going to be locked into anything. You can cancel at any time. We don't need a contract because, frankly, if you use the system, you're going to start getting feedback from your network, from your sphere of influence, from the people that you send cards and gifts to. And once you get a deal from this, you'll think you're the smartest person in the world, and you will be. So, guys, have a great day, and look forward to chatting with you soon. Thanks, Kayla.
Bye, Gary.
Bye now.